Welcome to the official Rapid Fire YouTube channel. In this video we're going to have a look at the M14 medium tank from the ready to roll vehicle range. The Italian M14 medium tank was employed by Italian forces in the Second World War, particularly in the Western Desert, where it would encounter British cruiser tanks. This model can be used as either an M13 or an M14 tank. The main difference was in the engine, and there are a few cosmetic differences that would not be noticeable in this scale. While a match for the early cruiser and Stuart light tanks, by the end of the desert campaign it was outclassed by the new vehicles arriving in theatre, such as the M4 Sherman. In the Monty Vs Rommel scenario book, the Italian tank battalions have a HQ tank and companies of either 2 or 3 vehicles. This model has 2 resin and 4 white metal parts. There is a resin turret and a resin hull with an integral base. The metal parts are for the 47mm gun, the twin bow machine guns, exhaust and turret hatch. The base of the model and the base of the turret are wet sanded smooth. Plenty of water is used to protect against generation of harmful resin dusts. Next, the resin parts are washed in water with a mild detergent. This will remove any residual dust and any mold released agent. The metal parts are glued in place using superglue. The turret can be glued onto the hull with either superglue or a contact adhesive. To model the turret hatch open, it will need to be cut along the join. As this results in an asymmetrical part, you need to check references to ensure they are positioned correctly. This model will be painted with acrylic paints, therefore a primer is applied to give a good foundation for the paint. Here I have used Ammo one-shot black acrylic primer. In many period photographs like the one shown here, the crews would often place sandbags on the front of the vehicle. There is no consistency on the position or number of sandbags employed. The sandbags were made from milliput, shown here after the primer was applied for clarity. With the primer dry, the colour base coat was applied. For this I have used a buff colour. The sandbags and the rolled tarpaulin on the rear of the hull are painted in khaki green. The model has a lot of raised detail. To make the most of this, the edges were dry brushed with German sand beige from the Atom range of paints. The suspension springs and exhaust were painted in German grey and would later receive a rust-coloured wash. The tyres on the road wheels and the return rollers were painted rubber black. The tracks are given a coat of Ammo dark tracks.
Italian tactical markings were applied to the turret sides and the turret rear. It consisted of a coloured rectangle, a different colour for each company. This rectangle was then bisected by vertical white lines depending on which platoon the vehicle belonged to. Each vehicle was given an individual number which was painted above the tactical marking. The vehicle in Tank Museum is marked as the first vehicle from the 3rd platoon of the 2nd company. The tactical marking for the battalion command vehicle, the rectangle was subdivided equally into the 3 battalion colours, red, blue and yellow.
These markings are coloured rectangles and are easy to create. A rectangular aperture is cut in some masking tape. With the mask in place, the chosen base colour is applied. Once dry, the mask can be removed and where necessary the paint touched up. The white vertical lines for the company are then painted. To protect the paint, an acrylic gloss varnish was applied. Next, a brown wash is applied. For this I used an enamel based wash, but a pin wash of heavily thinned oil paint will work just as well. After approximately 30 minutes drying time, excess wash can be cleaned off using a cotton bud dipped in thinners. Weathering was achieved using 2 different pigments, North African dust and airfield dust. This was applied using odourless thinners. Then excess can be removed using a clean brush with thinners. The second weathering stage is using the Tamiya Master Weathering Set A. Using the applicator sponge, the sand colour pastel is applied around the raised edges. The weathering is now sealed with a matte varnish coat.
The Italian tank commander figures are from Britannia Miniatures. The first step is to apply a white acrylic primer, followed by a base coat of matte white paint. The skin areas are then painted a light skin tone, followed by a thinned wash of Citadel Contrast dark oak flesh. The jackets are painted dark yellow. The tanker's leather helmets and belts are painted in NATO black. The goggles and binoculars are painted German grey, with the lenses infilled with diluted matte white paint. After applying a coat of gloss varnish, a diluted wash made from Citadel Agrax Earthshade is applied all over the figure. and finally a matte varnish is applied all over the figure.
Next comes the base. This is painted to match the terrain being used. Either a black or brown acrylic paint is applied between the bottom of the hull and the base. The models are now ready for the table.
Ready to roll vehicles, scenario books and rapid fire reloaded rule sets are available from the Rapid Fire website, and why not follow us on the Rapid Fire Reloaded Facebook page.